This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday, almost the weekend. Looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. July 21st, 6 o'clock, as Jacqueline said. And John Scholes, you got details now of the Friday and the weekend forecast. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. We have a few showers dotting the landscape this morning. Roads are a little wet out there, so watch for that as you head out the door. A little wetter than they have been over the last several mornings anyway. Some of the showers actually producing a pop or two of lightning as well down around the Venice area. Watch for that as you move along the interstate. There could be some heavy downpours of rain at the Venice Bend of 75. Showers out in Gulf waters, also a few thunderstorms there as well. Mix of sun and clouds start the day, and a daytime high in the 80s will soon be reached as we're just about there now. We're looking at probably around 90 degrees for a daytime high with a 40% chance of rain. Weekend forecast comes up in a minute.
Talk to you soon, John. Still quiet right now on the roads. First off, in Manatee County, no real slowdowns to report. Checking farther south now into Sarasota County. We do see a buildup there at the top of your screen on 301, heading south around Newtown. Also on Fruitville between Honore and the interstate. And look at that, still a slowdown. You'll notice there before we leave this map, you'll see that Stickney Point heading eastbound and 41. Real problem there at that area, so avoid that if you can help it. Checking farther now, nothing to report on maps. South County at 6:02 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news this morning, the verdict is in and a parole board has decided to grant O.J. Simpson an early release from prison.
Before the decision, Simpson apologized, said he was a model prisoner, and promised that he'd have no conflicts if he was released. However, he still deflected responsibility for the Vegas crime he was found guilty of 9 years ago, and said he was misled by associates around him in that situation. By the way, Simpson's lawyer is now saying his client will relocate most likely to the St. Petersburg area. Other news now in Minneapolis, the police chief is now talking about that fatal shooting of a yoga instructor who had called 911.
In the meantime, many in the community are pointing the finger at police, saying change is needed. John Lawrence has more details.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police.
Protesters took to the streets, angered by the fatal police shooting of Justine Ruszczyk in Minneapolis. Among those in the crowd, Valerie Castile, the mother of Philando Castile. He was fatally shot by a Minneapolis cop last year. Castile noted that Ruszczyk was killed on her son's birthday.
Like I said, after the verdict, they were going to kill again, and they have. And I think it's our duty and our obligation, and the spirit of my son led us over here to speak with the family.
The 40-year-old Ruszczyk was fatally shot by a police officer Saturday. She had called 911 to report a possible sexual assault near her home, but she was shot when she approached a squad car. Minneapolis Police Chief Janae Harteau made her first public comments on the shooting Thursday. She admits the situation was not handled appropriately.
Justine didn't have to die. On our squad cars, you will find the words, to protect with courage and serve with compassion. This did not happen.
People who call the police go to see what's happening with the police. You don't draw the gun and shoot them across your partner's body.
A state investigation into the shooting is underway. Officials say it could take months to complete. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
An update now on Senator John McCain, who has now taken to social media. The war vet tweeted, "I greatly appreciate the outpouring of support. Unfortunately, for my sparring partners in Congress, I'll be back soon, so stand by." His doctors say the tumor has been removed, but it's the most aggressive type and likely will return. It's the same type of tumor that killed Ted Kennedy and Joe Biden's son, Beau. The average survival is just 14 months.
In consumer news this morning, last year President Trump promoted his deal to save jobs at a Carrier plant in Indianapolis as a win for the American manufacturing industry. But that victory didn't extend to everyone. Yesterday was the last day for more than 300 Carrier employees whose jobs have been eliminated due to outsourcing to Mexico. Now, that's the first round of cuts at the plant since Trump took office. The cuts represent the working class grievances that the president vowed to fix. The company says the workers who are leaving can be reimbursed by Carrier for job training or education costs, including a college degree or technical certification. And seniors will soon have to pay 8 times the usual price for a lifetime pass to our national parks. Last year, Congress passed legislation raising the price of a national parks and federal recreational lands senior pass. Lifetime senior passes used to cost just $10, but starting next month, they will be $80. If you are on a fixed budget, you can now get an annual senior pass. It'll let you visit any park for just a year, and it's only $20. And 4 of those parks can be used for a lifetime pass. Seniors who already have lifetime passes don't have to worry, though. They will still work.
Developing overnight, a big story. A 6.7 magnitude quake has shaken Turkey and Greece. It sparked panic and causing a lot of damage across the area. CNN Greece reports at least 2 deaths on a Greek island and as many as 200 people injured. No fatalities reported in Turkey. We'll have more on the story as it develops today on ABC 7.
Developing overnight, Florida is stepping up to help battle the massive wildfires burning out west. 24 additional firefighters from the Florida Forest Service will be joining the U.S. Forest Service and the Fish and Wildlife Service to help in containing fires burning in Utah, Montana, California, and South Dakota. Florida already has 91 firefighters out west. The latest will be leaving from Tampa later on today.
New data shows a rise in involuntary psychiatric exams for children across the state. In fact, between 2015 and 16, more than 32,000 children were taken in for mental health examinations under Florida's Baker Act. Over the past 5 years, that's an increase of 50% statewide nearly. A task force within the Department of Children and Families has now been created to address this issue.
Access to mental health services, behavioral health services, intensive family services for families isn't accessible. It's not available to everybody, and so then they get at their wits' end, and teachers and parents and other caregivers don't know what to do other than to use the Baker Act system.
One of the recommendations would be that we supplement the activities and the level of professional staff that are available to address these problems within the public school system.
Mental health experts say a short-term Baker Act can be helpful, but should be followed up with continued therapist visits.
A man is behind bars after driving his car across Clearwater Beach yesterday, all while the whole incident played out on Facebook Live. Police say 27-year-old Ryan Stiles drove a black SUV down the north side of the beach, running over chairs and umbrellas. It took police 9 minutes to get him into custody. Fortunately, no one was injured, but Stiles does face numerous charges, including reckless driving, DUI, and felony criminal mischief, among many others. Clearwater police say other charges could be coming soon.
And a South Florida man is in trouble. Cell phone video captured him shooting at 2 AT&T trucks. Look at this. The incident happened Wednesday near Miami. Deputies say 64-year-old Jorge Jove was angry that the 2 utility trucks had parked in front of his driveway. So what did he do? He shot out the tires on one truck and then opened fire on the second one. Fortunately, no one was injured. He was later arrested, and charges are now pending. Hard enough to get those utility trucks to come visit.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. Very true.
Well, like you were saying, I mean, it's absolutely a brilliant strategy. If you don't like the truck parked in front of your driveway, make it immobile.
That's right.
Makes complete sense.
It'll be there longer.
Unbelievable. We have some showers in progress across the region, making the roadways a little bit slipperier, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind as you head out the door. Hydroplaning in some areas, even a possibility, as the downpours of rain are pretty significant. Showers shouldn't last all that long, though. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, also still ahead, a heartwarming story of a local dog finding a forever home.
We'll tell you how the pup found love over 1,500 miles away. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, What can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Our tower cam looking out over Sarasota showing a thunderstorm in progress. Actually, you may see a little pop of lightning here, or timing might be just a little off and we won't see it. But I'll show it to you on radar in any event. Nice shot there from downtown Sarasota. Let's take a look at our current conditions and you'll see that it's a warm, sticky start to the day. Temperatures down actually 2 degrees over the course of the last half hour or so, due to, I think, to a little bit of thunderstorm outflow, a little cooling air coming out of one of those clouds. 75-degree dew point, though, that hasn't changed much, nor will it, even with that cooling air. 77 degrees the air temperature, east wind coming in at about 5. Winds will be somewhat variable today with these storms moving through. You'll see them coming in out of the east or maybe the southwest. And eventually, this morning, they'll be developing out of the west and pushing most of that storminess into well inland areas, so that by this evening, we're left with quieter conditions. 76 Wauchula, Arcadia, 77 Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, the same. Sarasota, Northport, all coming in at 77. 78 degrees at Lakewood Ranch, and then along the coastline, a few degrees warmer with 78 in Venice, 79 degrees in Inglewood, and 80 degrees at Longboat Key. You can see all of the showers that are kind of popping up across the state, ringing the state this morning, although a slight difference from the last couple of mornings. Last couple of mornings, we've had most of the rain offshore. Well, now we're developing a little bit more of a westerly wind flow aloft, and that's helping to push a few of those storms a little bit closer to the coast and even onshore this morning. Some of them producing some reasonably heavy rainfall. You can see these showers kind of working their way slowly toward the east. They have slow motion, so even though you get some rainfall around, at least some of the motion will move those storms on within a few minutes period, but still slow enough that you can get some fairly heavy downpours of rain. Looking at mostly quiet conditions across most of western parts of Manatee County, but inland the showers are fairly heavy. If you're heading toward Myakka Head, say, you're going to get some fairly heavy rainfall, or heading down toward Myakka City, you're going to get some fairly heavy rainfall along the roadways there. Down to the south, some stronger storms moving on shore through Siesta Key now into Sarasota areas around Well, Bee Ridge Road and 41, where there's some serious construction still ongoing, will be also seeing some fairly heavy rainfall over the course of the next, I'd say, hour, with one cell moving across there now, followed by another brief cell and then a larger cell moving onshore in about 45 minutes or so. And then to the south of that, there's some pretty good rain falling from inland Venice down through Inglewood into Rotunda. All of that gradually headed toward Northport, where you've already had one round of fairly decent rainfall, another one on the way. So it's kind of a wet morning across a lot of the area. Plus, there are some lightning pops associated with some of these storms. So it's kind of an active weather morning compared to where we have been over the last several mornings, where we've kind of watched these storms out in Gulf waters and haven't seen a lot moving on shore. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us today, brings us fairly light winds, but a little bit more out of the west today, pushing those showers closer to the other coast. That's where the majority of action will be. Plus, we have some more unstable air aloft, which will aid in creating a few stronger storms today. Watch for that. Early coastal storms, afternoon storms, and a few storms this weekend, but maybe a few less as well as we work in some drier air. General motion of the storms toward inland areas later today should leave the coast fairly clear during the evening hours tonight, which will be nice to get out and about and enjoy a Friday. As far as the rest of the weather goes over the weekend, similar situation. Coastal showers in the morning, followed by inland showers in the afternoon, and the majority of the heavier rain falling toward the other coast, thank you to a west wind. Forecast calls for about a 40% chance of showers today and tomorrow, reduce it on Sunday, and hold it at slightly less rain chance as we head into the beginning of next work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at traffic in Manatee County. Pretty quiet throughout most of the area. There are some slowdowns on State Road 70 as you head towards the interstate, also a little east past the interstate. And in Sarasota County, looks like some congestion on Clark Road as you're heading towards 41, also 41 heading southbound as you pass by Stickney Point Bridge. As we head into South County, there is some slowdowns on Business 41 as you're heading throughout South Venice and Venice. Other than that, there are no accidents at 617 on your Friday morning. Well, I absolutely love this next story. One canine who has had a lengthy stay at the Manatee County Animal Services in Palmetto has now found her forever home, but it's quite far away.
Yeah, it took quite an effort to make this adoption happen. Our Rick Adams has the story.
Mia, a beautiful 3-year-old caramel-colored terrier lab mix, has every reason to be excited. She's taking a long journey from Manatee County Animal Services in Palmetto to her new home in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I am so excited. I can't even tell you how excited and overwhelmed with joy, and it's such a blessing. Every dog is a blessing when we find it a home.
The family who adopted Mia used to live in St. Petersburg before moving to New Mexico. They found out about her after seeing a picture of her taken by Reno, a Manatee County Animal Services volunteer photographer. Mia had been with Animal Services for more than a year.
We are so excited here at Manatee County Animal Services because, you know, this is just hopefully the first success story we can have for finding animals homes and perhaps other areas.
On Friday, Mia will be taken to Tallahassee, where she'll meet up with the Animal Transport Service, who will take her to her new 3-acre home in New Mexico.
As always, it takes a village to get one dog adopted. So everybody came together for this, and, you know, we put out a GoFundMe, and, you know, within an hour we had enough money raised to get her this transport for her.
There's even better news with all this. After hearing about Mia's story, the transport service company waived their transport fee. So now the money raised through the GoFundMe page will go towards food and fun toys to keep Mia occupied on her trip. In Palmetto, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I love that story. I'm so glad she has found a new forever home. Good for her.
In New Mexico.
I know.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, reaction to the upcoming parole of O.J. Simpson and details of his possible Bay Area relocation.
We'll tell you how some are concerned he may soon be coming to the Tampa area after this.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems, or I wear nothing at all.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Creative Gems, where you always get big bling for little ching.
We love getting pictures from you, so send them this way. Norm Schimmel sent us this one, a view from City Island of the Bayfront in Sarasota.
Beautiful shot there. Did you happen to see that rainbow that was outside yesterday morning right as soon as those clouds passed by? Did you happen to see that? No. Oh, there's some beautiful pictures of it. I'll have to put it on my Facebook.
Yeah.
And speaking of my Facebook, there it is right there on my Facebook, Ray's Facebook, as well as John's. John even said he posted a picture of what the New York Times looked like today, which was
a moon landing.
Yes.
That's right.
48th anniversary of
That's
it.
right. It was today, all those years ago. Yep. 6:23 now on your Friday morning.
And people in the Tampa area are reacting to O.J. Simpson possibly relocating to the Sunshine State after his release from prison.
ABC's Victor Oquendo has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the state of Florida is preparing for the possible return of O.J. Simpson if he's allowed to relocate. His former manager telling ABC News he thinks Simpson wants to live near those closest to him.
I think he's going to come to the Tampa area. A lot of his friends are in Tampa. I'm in Tampa. His kids are here.
He's no stranger to the Sunshine State. He lived here for about 10 years, spending a lot of time on the links, but his attorney wouldn't comment.
Mr. Simpson has plenty of options, okay? He has plenty of options.
In order to qualify for an interstate transfer to Florida, he would first have to establish that he has a support system in the area. Wherever O.J. ends up, he'll have a nice cushion. His NFL pension of $25,000 a month has been growing in an account, and there's a retirement account with the Screen Actors Guild that could be worth millions. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on Simpson's parole with your GMA First Look. I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, St. Petersburg, Florida.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life.
So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you. See if you're eligible to pay no more than $10 a month.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-800-558-8779.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a Sarasota man is behind bars after waving a gun at a driver on I-75. We'll have details on Florida Highway Patrol's investigation into the road rage incident.
Plus, the former Sarasota County Sheriff speaks out about the possibility of Carly Brucha's killer getting a new sentence, the latest on the Joseph Smith case.
And hundreds of teams here on the Suncoast for the USA Volleyball Beach Tour. We'll tell you why they've chosen Siesta Key Beach as their destination for the championship. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6:30. Beautiful sunrise in progress, although we do see some sheet lightning and overcast skies.
I think Mother Nature's showing off for us a bit this morning.
Yeah, apparently so. It is Friday. We're glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi for a look at your forecast. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's a beautiful thing that Friday.
It is.
And you guys are going to be out and about tonight, right? At Van Wezel?
Sure will.
Friday Fest starts at 5 until 9. Thanks to the plug, we'll be co-hosting tonight.
Yep.
Kettle of Fish will be on stage. No admission, so we hope to see you and meet you finally tonight.
And well past our normal bedtime as well. So
great
it should
party,
be pretty interesting.
It'll be a great party. And the weather looks like it's probably going to cooperate. Now, we have on radar right now a whole lot of showers, and those showers are gradually going to be drifting in the inland areas. So I think by later in the day, we'll start to see kind of a clear coast. It'll be kind of nice near the coastline, I think. Mix of sun and clouds to greet your morning with a few scattered showers around as well. Rain chance at about 30 to 40% today, and a daytime high tops out near 90. Weekend forecast in a moment.
All right, talk to you soon. Checking Suncoast roads right now. First off in Manatee County, a little slowdown there on 301 northbound, heading toward downtown Bradenton. Otherwise, all clear. Look at that, wide open, not even a single caution stripe there. All good right now in mid-Sarasota County and South County. One little slowdown, 41 southbound between Nokomis toward Venice.
Topping our news this morning, a Sarasota man is behind bars, facing multiple charges after an apparent road rage incident.
Troopers say it first happened on I-75 at State Road 681. That is where they say 26-year-old Christopher Bannock waved a gun at another driver. Troopers eventually stopped him at 41 in Roberts Road. That's where they later arrested him.
He did have a concealed weapons permit. However, we all must understand the responsibility that comes with being a concealed weapons holder. You cannot brandish a firearm to simply gain an advantage in an argument. That is a felony.
Troopers charged him with aggravated assault, displaying a firearm during a felony, and several drug charges as well. In an effort to keep drunk drivers off Suncoast roads, FHP will be increasing patrols over the weekend. They're going to focus on the interstate and also major roads. The crackdown will take place between 9 o'clock Saturday evening through 5 a.m. Sunday morning in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. And don't forget, if you do see an aggressive driver or a driver under the influence, you can contact state police from your cell phone at star FHP or at star 347.
In Sarasota, 4 robbers got much more than they bargained for while trying to hold up a Pizza Hut restaurant. The armed robbery happened Wednesday night at the Pizza Hut on 17th Street just after 11:30 p.m. Sheriff's deputies say the robbers charged into the restaurant, beating one of the employees and demanding money. One of those suspects was holding a gun. That's when one of the restaurant's employees pulled out his own gun and fired at the men, hitting one of them before they ran off. Deputies found the man who had been shot a short time later at a nearby hospital. All of these men on your screen were involved and are now being charged with armed robbery.
An update now after a domestic dispute at a Northport home. One person has been arrested after police were called to a house on Needle Terrace when a dispute turned violent between a father, a mother, and a son. The father was injured and taken to the hospital for treatment, while the 24-year-old son locked himself inside the house, refusing to come out. When he finally emerged, he was waving a white T-shirt. He was arrested shortly after. A Suncoast daycare provider is forced to close her doors after allegations of neglect.
The owner of No Limits Learning Academy, which is off 75th Street West in Bradenton, received a no-contact order forcing the daycare to close for up to 90 days. Our Beth Yates has more as the Manatee County Sheriff's Office opens a criminal and child welfare investigation.
We're right in the middle of our investigation now, so we're very limited on what we can say.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office spokesman Dave Bristow is keeping a tight lid on allegations of misconduct at the No Limits Learning Academy on 75th Street in West Bradenton.
A lot of allegations here, and we don't really want to go into any specifics. There was one child that was mentioned, and it kind of spread to possibly other children. So, you know, it's just right now, very, very delicate part of the investigation.
Because of the active investigation, no other details about the allegations have been released. But ABC7 did find out No Limits Director Joanne Erickson and 2 other employees are the subject of the Sheriff Department's criminal investigation, as well as the Sheriff's Office Child Protection Services welfare investigation.
Since January, DCF inspected the daycare center 4 times. In one of those inspections, the facility was found not in compliance with staff training because one of the employees had not completed the 40-hour introductory child care training requirement. That issue was rectified in a follow-up inspection. In another inspection, the facility was found non-compliant once again for having spoiled food in the kitchen and not having a child's immunization records on file. But none of those concerns met the standard of a criminal investigation. Still, Bristow says they've received a tip about some of their alleged misconduct.
We have interviewed numerous people, including children and employees of that daycare center, and that's kind of where we are right now.
Erickson has been ordered to not have contact with children for up to 90 days. As a result, the daycare center was forced to close its doors. Erickson and her husband are the pastor at the adjacent church Without Limits, but no one at the facility was willing to comment, and the organization's Facebook page made no mention of the investigation. In fact, the feedback on the page were all positive. One person wrote, "I absolutely love everything about this center."
Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Other news now. One of the central figures in the 2004 murder of Carly Brucia is now speaking out. Former Sheriff Bill Balkwell says he's disappointed that convicted killer Joseph Smith now has a chance to get off death row. New state sentencing guidelines require a unanimous verdict, and Smith's jury was 10 yes and 2 no for the death sentence. The former sheriff is not pleased.
How can you go back and redo something that was done, 12 years ago or how long ago it was, and it just doesn't seem right. It's not right for the victim, it's not right for their families, it's not right for all the investigators who investigated this, all the different agencies who were involved, the money that was spent.
Balkwell calls this one of the biggest cases of his career, and while nothing is set yet on this new Smith sentencing hearing, Balkwell believes the state is wrong to reopen old cases.
Good news for drivers this morning. Both southbound lanes on Beneva Road are back open following a water main break that damaged the busy Sarasota Road. The road between Proctor and Clark were forced to close on Monday as crews worked to repair a hole caused by that break. In addition to the road closure, 159 homes were asked to boil their water. That boil water advisory has since been lifted.
Plans for the controversial Siesta Promenade have been scaled back. Benderson Development wants to build apartments, condos, and hotel rooms at the corner of US 41 and Stickney Point, but neighbors' concerns about the size of the project have caused them to now scale it back, as you see. The county is now in the process of reviewing the final application, and then 2 more public hearings will be held, one in front of the Planning Commission and the second one in front of the County Commission. Benderson hopes to break ground sometime in the next year. And the city of Sarasota is temporarily closing its Lido Beach pool after it was struck by lightning. The electrical panel which controls the pool pumps and chemical levels was damaged after that lightning strike. This historic pool is next to the Lido Beach Pavilion. It will remain closed while work continues to repair that panel.
Happening today, more than 400 junior volleyball teams are on the Suncoast for a beach championship. The USA Volleyball Junior Beach Tour continues competition today at Siesta Key. Teams from across the country made up of boys and girls ages 10 to 18 are participating. Now the top 3 winners of each division will earn a spot to play in the championship. The event manager says they're fortunate to have traveled the world and visited so many beaches, but also say Siesta Key has a special place in their heart.
This National Championships is one of the top events of the country. We got some of the top players throughout the country all going through college or even trying out for the USAV High Performance Tour. And this is their opportunity to be here at a great place. Siesta Key is an amazing beach, white sand, and very enjoyable.
440 teams will compete this weekend. Siesta Key is one of 90 stops on their championship tour. The event is scheduled to wrap up next Tuesday.
And also happening today, it is Friday Fest at the Van Wezel. A big party tonight, so join Jacqueline and me. We'll be on stage with Kettle of Fish. They are the popular local band will be performing tonight. It all starts at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Free admission, beautiful view of Sarasota Bay, and we'll have plenty of fun on stage as well.
Hopefully a beautiful sunset as well. Love to see those as well. And I'm hoping you'll bring in your dancing shoes. I'm going to have to see some moves out there, Ray.
I'll pack the shoes. I'll have to stretch first, of course. Can't pull a muscle.
Of course.
Yes.
And I understand you promised to break into some spontaneous dance moves as well.
Did I promise that?
I heard it too. I heard it too.
You have to come and find out, I guess.
Definitely pictures.
Yeah, right.
Showers in the forecast, but not near the coast during the evening. They'll be all right with a little chance of rainfall later on today. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, also still ahead, lack of sleep increase Alzheimer's later in life?
We'll take a look at what new research is saying after this.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
ABC 7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, we're looking at an air temperature coming in at 77 degrees. Cooler in some spots, though, because you're getting some of that nice rain-cooled air. 75-degree dew point, though, that does not change much despite the fact that you get some nice rain-cooled air. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there. We also have some rain showers in progress currently. In fact, we have some very heavy rainfall in places in progress right now. 75, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca at 76, Hills Parish, Bradenton at 77, Lakewood Ranch and Northport the same, Inglewood ditto, Venice at 78, and Longboat Key at 79. A lot of showery activity across the state out in Atlantic and Gulf waters as well. We're watching an area of disturbed weather to the north of us in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. A low-pressure area is spinning there. Help direct our winds out of the west aloft, and that's helping to guide some of these storms into inland areas today from Gulf waters. Yesterday, we saw a lot of activity out in the Gulf, but it didn't budge all that much. Kind of rained out in place. Well, today they're on the march, and those showers producing at times some fairly heavy rainfall. Good radar echoes coming up here at Longboat Key, southern Longboat Key particularly seeing some rainfall, but central Longboat Key about to see some in the next half hour or so. Also, Lakewood Ranch down through Lake Sarasota seeing some pretty good rainfall, but these showers are in the process of moving away, so give it about 15 minutes or so and you'll get a little relief. From about Bee Ridge Road all the way down through Clark, we're seeing some fairly heavy rainfall along Beneva. That's moving course toward the east. So along McIntosh, moving toward Honore, you're going to get some heavy rainfall there in about 15-20 minutes as well. Then down to the south, a large cluster of storms. Warm Mineral Springs, Rotunda, Minnesota Beach, all the way back toward Northport, seeing some fairly heavy rainfall there. Again, lightning pops with some of those storms to the south of us particularly make it for kind of hazardous weather to be out of doors. So if you're in a car, be sure and keep your hands and elbows away from the outside shell of that car if you're driving through those thunderstorms. That'll help protect you. High pressure, the dominant weather features through the deep south into the Gulf waters nosing in from the Atlantic, provide us with light enough winds today that we see that sea breeze develop early on. However, we also have a little upper level low helping to direct our winds out of the west. So I think we'll probably see a little stronger westerly wind flow, a little more active sea breeze pushing a little further inland today than we saw yesterday. That'll take a lot more of the rainfall and push it toward the other coast. And I don't think we'll see so much of that return flow that we saw a little bit later on yesterday this evening. So watch for those early coastal storms, afternoon storms moving inland with a few less storms around this weekend perhaps. Here's why. This is the water vapor imagery. It shows you where the moisture is and where the dry air is. Out in the Atlantic, there's some dry air indicated here by the tan, and that's gradually drifting in this direction. So hopefully the plan is that some of that drier air will certainly make its way up toward Fort Myers and hopefully maybe even impinge on our area a little bit, providing a few less storms around. Of course, there'll still be storms around, but hopefully a few less. Look for about a 40% chance of showers today and tomorrow. We'll drop it to 30% on Sunday and hold it there for the beginning of next work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at the roadways in Manatee County. Looks like the Green Bridge heading into downtown Bradenton, seeing some congestion on that area as we head into 301. Looks like some slowdowns heading east or north and southbound, excuse me, as we head into Sarasota County. 41 heading southbound as you pass by Bee Ridge Road, seeing some more slowdowns as well as Bee Ridge heading towards 41. Looks like the interstate is clear as we head into South County, excuse me, looking pretty good throughout that area as well. No accidents at 6:47 on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, we know giving back has many benefits, but a new study shows just thinking about helping someone can have positive effects.
Yeah, the study divided people into two groups. One was told they would be given $100 to spend on themselves. The other group was asked to think about spending the money on someone else. Those who had agreed to spend money on others tended to make more generous decisions throughout the experiment. They had more interaction between the parts of the brain associated with altruism and happiness, and they reported higher levels of happiness after the experiment was over.
Well, this is interesting. Poor sleep may increase our risk of Alzheimer's. A study in the journal Neurology found that bad sleep could contribute to the accumulation of Alzheimer's-related proteins in the brain. Researchers found participants who had sleep issues were more likely to show evidence of damaged proteins in brain cells, also inflammation, even when other factors like depression, body mass, cardiovascular disease, and sleep medications were taken into account.
Great.
In entertainment news this morning, some sad news for the rock band Linkin Park. Frontman Chester Bennington believed to have committed suicide.
Yeah, the 41-year-old was found in his home near Los Angeles. Bennington struggled with drug and alcohol addiction before. He sold millions of albums with Linkin Park. He leaves behind a wife and 6 children.
And actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his wife have made an announcement saying that they had a baby boy back in June. The protective parents are intentionally keeping their 2 children out of the spotlight. They say they want their children to be able to decide for themselves if they live a public life. The 2 share another son who turns 2 next month.
Kylie Jenner, the latest celebrity end quote, to have a wax figure created at Madame Tussauds in Hollywood. According to the reality star, her wax double looks so much like her that it fooled her family in a FaceTime call. The museum says the figure is valued at $350,000.
Oh my gosh, that does look a lot like her. Well, here's an interesting thing. On Twitter, lots of people are talking about Beyonce's wax figure, which looks absolutely nothing like her. People are saying that it doesn't even look like her. Even she is saying, that doesn't look like me.
I saw that, not very good. Kylie Jenner is 19 years old, awfully young to have been put in wax already.
I know. Well, there you go, $350,000.
And falling. Still ahead, our top local news headlines. And why is Salvador Dali's DNA being looked at nearly 30 years after his death?
We'll tell you how Dali is the subject of a Spanish paternity test when we come back.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is accepting calls to see if you're eligible to enroll now. You may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're eligible to enroll and may be able to get extra benefits now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Download yours today.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Well, we've got two nice shots for you right now. That's looking toward the east. It looks, pretty peaceful, but we're hearing a lot of thunder, or there's a brand new bowling alley next door.
Maybe tap dancers are on the roof.
Maybe, could be. We are hearing some thunder. Now we look toward the west over Sarasota Bay and plenty of clouds.
Yeah, pretty ominous clouds there.
And looking toward Longboat Key and, of course, Siesta Key toward the left, looking over the Renaissance and Alinari. So John will detail the forecast in just a few seconds here on Good Morning Suncoast.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast this morning.
A road rage incident ends in arrest for this Sarasota man. FHP arrested 26-year-old Christopher Bannock shortly after an incident with another driver at I-75 and State Road 681. They say he waved a gun at the other driver. They later found drugs in his car as well.
Plus, a domestic disturbance at a Northport home leads to an arrest. Police were called to a home on Needle Terrace when an argument turned violent between a father, mother, and son. The son was later arrested after locking himself inside the home.
And hundreds of young volleyball players will hit the beach this weekend for a junior tournament. Over 400 teams will compete on Siesta Key Beach.
Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, looks like some congestion building on 301, also State Road 70 and 15th Street and I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. And throughout that area, we can see some congestion around 41, as well as over by the Bayfront and Bee Ridge Road as you head off the interstate. And in South County, looking pretty good this morning. Not a whole lot going on in that area. John?
Whole lot going on radar this morning, though. We have scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region, producing some wet road surfaces this morning. So watch for that. You might have heard that rumble of thunder just above our heads. Angels are bowling this morning. We have a 40% chance of rainfall today. I think later in the afternoon, those showers will be moving inland, though, so the coastline will kind of quiet down just a little bit. Same sort of thing again tomorrow, I suspect. And then on Sunday, maybe some drier air might limit the number of storms we see. Of course, without the storms, we get some slightly warmer temperatures as well.
All right, John. Finally, years after his death, forensic experts have successfully removed biological samples from artist Salvador Dali. He died back in 1989. He's been buried in Spain, but a Madrid judge ruled last month that the artist's remains should be exhumed to settle a paternity lawsuit brought by a 61-year-old tarot card reader. Yesterday, technicians finally retrieved Dali's DNA from a tomb. These samples will now head to a forensic lab where analysis is expected to take several weeks. I heard she was quoted as saying, "We look just alike except for the mustache."
I can see how Dali would have appreciated a 61-year-old tarot card reader pulling up his bones.
Have you been to his museum in St. Petersburg?
Oh, many times. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. I'll put that on my to-do list of things to do here.
Take the guided tour.
Yes.
We will see you later today at the Van Wezel Friday Fest. We'll be on stage with Kettle of Fish. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next.